Aloha my friends, what's up? And thanks for coming back to the channel. If you folks are new, please like the video, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions or suggestions for videos you want to see in the future, find me on the Instagrams. Right there, find me on the Instagram, write me a message, I'll do my very best to get back to you. You can leave a comment also, but just the Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me directly. It's a lot more organized because in comments it's getting to the point now where I'm like losing people's messages and I feel bad about not getting back to people. So Instagram, get at me and I'll do my best to get back to you. We're in the old spot. We're back in the man cave, if only for today. We're doing a video. I'm going to be taking stuff apart and I didn't want to risk losing like screws and little pieces in the grass out in the pasture up at my house and never finding them again. So I asked my buddy if we could come back to the PeaK, where it all started, where this channel started, however, a year ago or whatever. And it looks pretty gross and junk and barren, but if you folks just pretend that it looks cool like how it did however many months ago, we'll be good to go. So we're going to be doing a TS12 video today, a real special, real exciting one, something I've been wanting to do for a while and been wanting to share and also been wanting to be educated in myself. We're going to take apart the mag tube assembly for the shotgun. So this is a 12 gauge Bullpup shotgun, 15 round capacity if you're using 2 3/4 inch shells, 12 round capacity if you're using 3 inch shells, and I'll link my review of this guy up here too. But when I did my original video where we fully stripped this guy down, we fully tore it down, I wasn't able to figure out how to disassemble the mag tube, and I don't know if that's how come my shotgun was, you know, fairly new and things were real tight, but I couldn't break the connections, like the screws and stuff, and I didn't want to like break it. Okay, I thought I needed a trick bit or something, and I resigned it to being just a piece that you're supposed to send back to IWI to be replaced later on. But somebody out in the subscriber field of this channel answered the call. His channel name is, I'm probably saying it wrong, is Iboto. Coming from Hawaii, I want to say Iboto when I read it, but yeah, so I'm going to say Iboto again. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. People probably said my channel wrong too. It says PeaK 808, but it's actually supposed to be super clever because my name's ultra long, so it's my initials, PeaK 808, but PeaK, whatever. Anyway, so Iboto figured this out. He posted a real concise, real well-organized video. I'm going to link it in the description and his channel and stuff. So again, mahalo PeaK, thank you very much for doing that and for helping us out. But I'm going to take you guys through that. We're going to disassemble this guy fairly quickly. If you need the long version of this and really get in depth about taking this apart and how to go about it, I'll link that up there. But we're going to strip through this real fast so we can get to the mag tube, and then we're going to go into that. Alright, so here we go. Editing. Alright folks, so we got our mag tube assembly disconnected from everything else. We're going to go ahead and break this guy down. So in the original total complete teardown video I did for this guy, I talked about this connection here, and this one also being something that I kind of suspected was the key to doing this, but I wasn't able to get it to come off because it was in there real tight. So what Iboto did, Iboto, sorry man, he suggested using a torque wrench. Choke wrench, and the choke wrench that comes with the TS12 is too big, so I used one from one of my Remingtons. I don't know which one it was, but it fit perfectly for this guy. You just want to make sure that it's nice and big and long enough to fit and not strip this out. Okay, but I've done this enough to where I can just go ahead and take this regular flathead screwdriver and get it done, but know that I've messed with this enough so it's pretty loose. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take care of this guy here. This is pretty much real easy, real straightforward. We're just going to unscrew it. Okay, so we're gonna lighten that guy out, and then we can come and use our hand and take it out. Alright, and once we've got this guy out, pretty much just a long guide rod that fits the length of your tube and retains down here at the bottom. And this is the next one that's going to go. This one's a little bit trickier because it's under spring tension. So what I like to do is I just put it on a table like this, or you can hold it in your hand, but you just want to be pushing down on this end cap so that you release pressure on the magazine or on the springs, and they don't come shooting out, and they're also not pushing against you, making it real hard to get this done. So I'm holding this down with my hand like this, and I'm just going to crack this guy with the screwdriver. And again, come over here with my other hand and I can just take it off. Finger untight, unscrew, untight. Okay, so we've gone ahead, we've taken this guy out. We'll go ahead and put this on the side, and now our end cap's gonna come off. also with our mag springs. Super cool. Okay, I like to give this kind of a shake because your followers are going to be kind of stuck to the end sometimes, or you can bring them out, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to bring this out like this. I just don't like stuff rolling all over the ground. Okay, so we can put that down. Cool, and we've got one follower here, and the other two come out just like that. So we've got our 3 followers, we've got our 3 mag springs, the end cap here, and then our tube assembly. That looks cool. All right, so I went ahead and just ran a patch through here the first time I did this, and my mag tube was pretty clean. And like I said before in a couple other videos, I have pretty close to 2,000 rounds through my TS12, and it wasn't in pretty good shape. So yeah, this is how we take this guy apart. To put this guy back together, there is a front and a back to this. There's a couple ways to make sure that you're putting this back together, you're reassembling the correct way. So the first thing is that the followers are only going to go in one way. So they'll go in this way because that's the way it's supposed to go. They're not going to go back in like this, okay? Another thing you can do, there's stippling on the front. That's where your hand goes. So that's how you know what's the front and the back. And then another way to find out, or just make sure that you're doing things right, your housing is only going to fit it one way. So you go ahead and take your housing here, and you can kind of ghost it. Make sure the mag tube fits in the ring, and you can see where your tube is going to interface so you can load your shells in. If you have this guy backwards, it's going to be too long, it's not going to work. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's this guy back together. So what I like to do, I like to orient this like down like that, like how it's supposed to be, and I'm going to toss my followers in. That's backwards. Okay, I'm gonna toss my followers in just like this. Okay, got them in, count them, 1, 2, 3. You guys can see them there, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my springs back in. So I just feed them in like this. Okay, now I take this end cap and I'm gonna put these guys together. Then I'm just gonna smash them down. Okay, close this guy up tight. Just like this, get a good grip on it so I can hold it with one hand. I'm going to take that screw and I'm going to put this guy inside. I give it a couple turns in the opposite direction to make sure it's set. Once I feel the threads touch, then I'm going to go ahead and screw it in the way it's supposed to be. Super important because we don't want to be stripping this. You're going to be ultra bummed out. Yeah, definitely don't do that. Okay, so I've gone ahead and screwed this back together. I'll take my screwdriver and drive it home. You don't have to make this super tight. The main thing you want to make sure is this, that you don't have any separation between the cap and the tube. It should be like flush, and you shouldn't really see that seam. Also, this rod that comes down here is going to screw into that screw into the screw. It's going to thread into this end screw we just put in there, and it's going to kind of pull it. Okay, so this doesn't have to be ultra tight. Once you've got that guy in, we're going to put this one inside, make sure it touches. And then we'll go ahead and screw this guy down. Finish it off with your screwdriver. Once you got this back together, just test function. Your followers should pop up. Shouldn't get caught on anything. Okay, so this is good to go. We'll go ahead and we'll put this guy back together. Alright, so function check on my TS12 is good. It's operating how it needs to. That's pretty much all there is to it. So today we fully broke down the mag tubes. Again, special mahalo to the subscriber that figured this out, made his own video, and shared the knowledge with me so that I could share it with you folks on the channel. I'm going to put his channel up here because I know I've been saying it wrong this whole time, but to you, mahalo nui. Thank you for taking the time and for educating me. Thank you. So anyway, if anybody has any questions about the TS12, if you, again, have suggestions for videos in the future, or just want to get at me directly, find me on the Instagrams, write me a message, and I'll do my best to get back to you when I can. Tomorrow's 4th of July, so all you guys have a blast, right? And be safe. Come back to the next video with all your fingers and your hands, both your hands and your face, okay? Be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Malamaponu i ke kino, ahui ho.